Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Aries for the month of March, including late February 2025. So Aries, we are currently in the zodiac sign of Pisces. So it's all about emotions, lots of emotions and intuition basically. The element is water, so it can either be a very stagnant, still time or a gushing, rushing torrent of water at this point. So you are in your 12th house, which is the house of Pisces actually. So it's all about high intuition, messages coming from the other world. It's about being really in tune with what's going on with yourself internally. Old griefs and hurts that may have been stuffed down and buried in the past 12 months may rise to the surface, and often do, for us to deal with. So it's that time where unexpected old grievance, grief and hurt can come to the surface. Even people from the past can re-emerge into our lives that have had significance, or that do have significance, and we've sort of not been around them for a while. So it's all that kind of energy. Energy around for you is the Emperor, which I might add is Aries energy. So it's all about strategy. It's about moving forward, having a solid plan and knowing where you're going and knowing how you're going to get there, and also knowing that it's not going to be an easy trek. It's going to be full of ups and downs, etc. But the Emperor is the king of all the tarot. So once you sort of get his energy coming in, it's like, yes, you will do it, you can do it, you have a goal, you need to achieve it, but it's going to cost you a lot of discipline, creativity, all sorts of strong masculine energy. Also, it's the Father card, obviously, so this could come into play for, obviously, some of you this month, and maybe the theme of this next 4 weeks, Aries. So let's see where we are, Aries. I hope everybody's been doing well in these trying times. It has been quite much of a roller coaster lately, in terms of the universe, in terms of global events, in terms of personal events in our lives, but never mind, we keep moving forward. So let's see, Aries, your story with the Emperor very much as the energy. So strong masculine energy. Where you are right now, we have the Star. So it's about everything is exactly how it should be with the Star. It's an Aquarian energy, and we've just left Aquarius literally a couple of days ago. So it's all that sort of very out there energy, but it's also a strong energy of getting to where you want to go, but understanding that everything, whether it's for foul means or fair, is exactly how it should be for us to deal with whatever's been cropping up. People especially coming in with Aquarius, it's all about knowing that they're meant to be there, but it's all about basically having the faith to keep moving forward, and that kind of really strong out there energy. The planet for Aquarius is Uranus, which is the planet of great change and unexpected energy. So lots of tumult can come in with this energy here, but it is a major card, so it's a great card. So you've got 2 major cards right off the bat there, Aries. So we know that major cards are major signposts in our trek for the 4 weeks ahead. So keep the faith and keep moving forward, and acknowledge that all that comes your way is meant to be so. Let's see what's brought that on, and will influence the rest of the reading as well. We have the Queen of Wands. So your energy here with the Fire Queen of Wands. So she oversees the planet, the zodiac signs of Aries, Sagittarius and Leo. So very creative, very opinionated energy, female energy. This one, creativity is her main sort of theme. So it's about just being creative with whatever comes through. And she also could be a very a woman of feature that's going to dominate you over the next 4 weeks. She also, it can just be your own energy and what you need to do to tackle what's going to come through for you this 4 weeks. Very strong, very much a woman that says what she means, regardless of how it may be received. She is known to be very frank and sometimes a bit sort of blunt, but nevertheless it's all for good, because when she speaks we listen, even though we might not like what she says, but it's direct. It's also a very forward moving, action-packed energy that she brings. So this looks good for you, especially in your 12th house, where things can be a bit overwhelming sometimes because it is water and emotion. So Aries sort of don't really have time for that. Most of the time they're too busy being goal-oriented and getting on with the getting on. Let's have a look and see what was going on in January, February. And we have the King of Pentacles. So once again, the very strong masculine energy here, very much earthed, very grounded. Could be a father figure as well, sort of masculine energy coming in here to sort of help, especially when we have the King of Pentacles, because he is indeed a mentor energy that will come and help, but with wise words of how to go about things. It'll be your partner, your father, somebody of trust is the King of Pentacles. So very much that coming through. Could be, I'm thinking for who I'm thinking of, I think this person is very much, for some of you, very important at this time, or it may be that there's a lot of energy going towards this father figure, this trusted elder mentor male energy. So, but very good, and always a nice card to get in a spread, because he sort of brings that solid groundedness to whatever we do, whoever he may be in your life. But he's never sort of, it's never it's always solid when he comes along. So we've got 2 court cards here, so we've got big sort of energies coming through already, moving through the month of Pisces. Recent influences, 8 of Cups. So there's a situation here, emotional situation, that one needs to move away from, Aries. It's done and dusted to a point at the moment where you can give no more. And especially when you have these 2 strong court cards here, these are real people in your life, or who can help you with whatever this emotional situation is that you need to move away from, because at the moment it's really done its dash. There's not much more you can pour into that. It's like pouring good water down the drain, you know. Time to step away from that energy at point, because really there's nothing more. You're giving away way too much and not receiving anything back in this particular situation. You will know who it is or what it is, and be able to behave accordingly to that. Let's see the lesson. 3 of Swords. So we have grief, a bit of grief coming in, and as I said earlier, the 12th house always does manage to resurface these old griefs we have. It may be a loved one that's passed away in the past time that you are thinking of, that is very much in the forefront of your mind. There is grief there with that. The only way to deal with grief is to face it and embrace it. There's no point trying to avoid it, because it is real and it is a part of your life that every now and again, especially in the 12th house, when you're in the 12th house, that we're really called upon, and we have that propensity to deal with that grief, that person that may have left it, even maybe a pet that's left it, anything that we have poured a lot of unconditional love into, or love per se, and the missing and the grieving for that person will come to the forefront. But the memory is great, but also the way to remember that person and keep that energy that they brought to us very much is still there for you. It's just about acknowledging it, isn't it? So there we have this grief heartbreak card as well. It can be just heartbreak, but there it is, and that's very much 12th house energy for you. Moving on into the near future, and we have the Four of Cups, so a bit of a standstill. Honeymoon is over card, a bit of a flatliner really with the Four of Cups, where we just sort of have been on a bit of a high, bit of holiday time for us down here in the southern hemisphere, and then it's back to work and back to the grind. So therefore emotionally there may be a feeling of flatness, but however, the way to combat this is just to be grateful for what we do have, and we have a lot. So there's always that way of being able to say, okay, had such a great Christmas, New Year, holiday time, now it's back to the grind. However, look at what we have, everything's okay, but it's just a transitory card that sort of often brings up that flat feeling, or like if you've had visitors and then you've had a lot of fun and then they leave, there's always that empty energy that is there once they've departed from the home, etc., from our lives. So acknowledge that one as well, and just move forward knowing that things can only improve. Let's see particularly what's going on that you're not realising. And we have the King of Cups, so another strong male energy, but in the field of emotion. So this could still be this father male figure that's, of interest to you at the moment, that is really part of what's going on in your life. He's really, we call him the wounded healer in a way, because he does heal everybody else, but himself is quite neglected in that emotional way, which we can say a lot of male men are like that. They're very much, the emotions are sort of kept quite tightly packed inside. That's just the way they're wired. But yes, being aware of that, especially in the 12th house. So this person and this energy, there may be this going on for you to be able to tap in and go, oh, okay, come on, let's just rally around that person and just be kind, etc., because often that can be an energy that, we can sort of fob it off, but really when he comes in, it's always a bit of a time to spend a bit more time or have a bit more compassion for that particular male. Usually is a male person, can be female as well, but usually it represents males because it's a king, obviously, and the male wiring is such that emotions are very much, they're not sort of on the sleeve, worn on the sleeve, so to speak. Okay, how others see you. And we have the wonderful Ace of Wands coming through, so energy personified, an abundance of energy to get things done. There may be things that you need to be doing for this particular person, assisting and helping, and you've got lots of energy and new beginnings coming through here with the Ace of Wands. Can be fertility also for some of you out there, that signifies, as we know what fertility signifies, so it could be a good time for that kind of thing to be taken into consideration for the next year, especially when we have the Aquarius star here. Okay, wonderful energy there with the Ace of Wands, and it's your suit as well, so use that for all your might, and you'll find it's very useful. Positive feelings. Six of Swords, so things overall getting better. You may have been navigating some very tumultuous times recently, as usual with the Swords cards, and especially since we've come through Aquarius, which is air. So these swords belong to the air signs, which can be, especially in the February time, I find is it can get very tumultuous with the mental energy, with thinking and disorganized thoughts, etc., or strange, randomized, weird thoughts. So, but here with the Six of Swords, we come to that sort of balance of things starting to look a lot better for you, and sailing into smoother seas, so to speak. It's also a card of travelling and trips and moving, holidays, all that sort of thing, or planning for those sorts of events, to sort of give yourself something to be looking forward to. But it's a lovely card, especially coming out of the Aquarius energy of air, which can be sometimes, especially for fire signs. Air, creates fire to run wild, as we know. Positive feelings. And we have Temperance, so we have the Divine Time card coming up. This is the card for Sagittarians, so it's very much a card of getting out there. It's about travel, it's about far off places, it's about your philosophy on life, how you see things working out, and it's a wonderful card to finish off the reading with, to go into your birthday month as well, Aries, because it's all about that sort of boundless energy of just looking forward to what's over there on the horizon. Where are we going? What are we going to do? Making plans, but very much divine time. So anything that's going on here during the month of the 12th house for you, and you'll find it when you come to the end of this period, there will be a lot of positive energy coming through, and being able to sort of really see where you're going at the end of it, and the timing is right. So don't worry so much if it feels a bit strange from time to time. You will get through it and come out the other side. Okay, so your clarifier, I think we'll put the clarifier on the grief card, because that will help just to clarify the 12th house and the dealing with grief, because it's always difficult, especially if it's first time grief, first time of loss. The Water Fairy, feelings and emotions. Wow. 28. When the Water Fairy swims up to you with her liquid magic, she reminds you that emotions and feelings may be running the show. She asks you to consider how you really feel about things and why. She also reminds you that you are not your feelings, you are the one experiencing them. Remember that as water flows, emotions change. The Water Fairy also tells you that it's time to lose your rigidity. Be fluid and willing at times to compromise and allow change to happen. If you're happy right now, enjoy the Water Fairies. Enjoy, for the Water Fairy swirls her love around you. If things are making you sad, she comes to wash away your tears. The Water Fairy knows the power of emotions, so when she appears, be mindful of them and how they affect you. Remember, feelings are the fuel for manifesting. Be certain that you want to create what you're feeling. Allow your feelings to pass through and focus on the positive. The Water Fairy longs to smile at you in reflection. I think that's so apt for the month of Pisces and the 12th house. Thanks so much for listening, Pisces. Aries, have a great month.